All right, everyone, what's up? It's me again, and this is Brittany.
Hi everyone.
Cool. So, me and Brittany's been friends for quite some time now. Right?
Yes, quite some time. We've known each other for a while. Well, I used to tease you a little bit in school, I think.
I know.
Bully you. I mean, I'm a little bit older, but
It used to be talking about conversations and the people around me type of vibe.
right.
You remember when we used to be in high school, and it was like a good five of us. It was me, my brother, Anthony, you, and April, I think, right? Am I
Yeah.
missing anyone?
We had this group that we used to walk home with all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the sidewalks are divided by like these little squares. We claimed one square up Mount Avenue.
Yes, and we did. That was our box, so we could say whatever we wanted,
yeah.
have any
Wow.
conversation we wanted, and it stayed in that box.
Yeah, a lot of good conversations happening now.
A lot of conversations happen, a lot of things that we know about each other.
Okay, so what are you up to nowadays?
Work, trying to finish up school, the normal things. I mean, I'm 25 now, trying to,
I'm right behind you.
right, build up in life, trying to make sure I reach those goals that I planned.
You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. Are you still painting and everything? I know you were.
Yes, I am. I love painting. That's like my go-to stress reliever.
Nice.
I haven't been able to get to it as often as I used to, but I'm gonna get around to it again
Yeah,
very soon. So look out for me.
of course. So basically, what we wanted to get to, and I'm gonna be slick about the way that I get to it.
Okay.
This month is a special month. I'm not going to tell you ahead of time. We're gonna get to it just now. But as far as musicians and artists, right? Who would you say is one of your favorite groups from the '90s? Because we're '90s babies.
Right.
That new-
Of
well, I don't know
course,
what that
old
new
school
stuff
music
you
is
know
the
what I'm
best
saying?
school music. Hey.
Hey.
I'm definitely, a fan of Aaliyah and Biggie and all those people, but my favorite group, TLC. I love them. I have posters of them on my wall. The first group that I started drawing and sketching out,
Nice.
I loved even the raps, just everything about them was so like, I wanted to be them in a sense. Growing up, you always had like those idols you wanted to be.
Yep.
And the funny thing that you asked that question, I didn't realize how much I idoled them, and I didn't know enough about them until I got older.
Wow.
So yeah.
So I'm guessing you might be hinting on T-Boz, right?
Yes.
So what similarities do you have with T-Boz?
We both have this blood disorder called sickle cell anemia. Yeah. And I didn't learn about that until, I don't know, maybe I was like 17, 18, and I've been listening to them since I can remember. And I didn't know, like it wasn't out there, and nobody knew about it until
That you were struggling with that in the background.
I know, right,
Yeah.
until recently. So, yeah.
So, what exactly is sickle cell for those who don't know? And according to our research, there's a lot of people who do not know what sickle cell.
Well, there's a lot of people that throw out different definitions out there and things that they think they know. But basically, it's a blood disorder where your cells don't, well, in particular, your red blood cells, they don't. They're sickle. They're not normal shaped. Okay. So usually, everybody else's cells are shaped round and they flow perfectly, but ours are sickled. There's a little crescent. I have this little tattoo here. It's crescent like here. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like a half moon shaped, and what they tend to do is they clot and they stick together and cause a lot of problems in our lives.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, when was it that you first found out about that?
I mean, you're born with it. You're born with this disorder. When I became aware of it, that I had this
Like that's something
condition,
was different between you
right?
and everyone else.
I mean, you kind of know from growing up. My mom would always try to like keep me. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, and you're always like, why? I'm just like all the other kids, and you want to be normal. And I guess when I realized is when you actually have to start taking care of yourself and you actually have to like take the medications, do doctor's appointments, all that. So I would say like adulthood, when it really hits you, when you really have to be on your own and your parents stop doing everything for you and fending for you and trying to protect you, and you have to take on that baton and fend for yourself, that's when it actually hits you like, oh, I have this disease and I have to take care of myself or I'm not going to make it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, not a lot of people know about this disease, right? It's said that, I believe New York Times did an article on it, and they were saying that sickle cell is actually the most common genetic disorder in America.
It is.
But yet no one
knows about it.
No one knows about it. Can you tell everyone what this month is?
It's Sickle Cell Awareness Month.
Sickle Cell
September
Awareness Month.
is Sickle Cell Awareness Month. I try to post it. I post it on my Instagram. I'm going to give y'all my Instagram later. But, be aware, guys. Like, come on. This is what this is for. So we're going to try to educate you a little bit, I hope.
Well, there may be a reason as to why a lot of people don't know about it, right? I think the bulk of that percentage comes from a lot of us of African descent.
Right.
Tend to be the ones left with the disease. So, it's not bashing anyone. We were talking before the camera started rolling.
Right.
I think the awareness tends to come from the popularity of the channel that it comes through.
Right.
So, we're the minority in this country, right?
Very true.
So not everything's
a powerful minority.
Very powerful. I would like to say the most.
Right.
I don't want to get too controversial.
Right.
But in 2017, people definitely need to know about sickle cell.
This is very true.
Because it's not just you if you have it, but that changes your relationships and who you get involved with, because it's all. Can you speak about that? What does that?
Yeah. It's first of all, if you have the trait and you know someone that has a trait and you're in love with them or whatever, try not to. I mean, you can't help who you love. You fall in love with people that you don't expect to, and they might have it, but it causes problems. I mean, I came out pretty okay.
That's the biggest understanding.
if I should say so myself, but it's hard. It really is for the parents dealing with it, for the individual dealing with it. It's a hard thing to deal with. It's not an easy thing. You don't fly by it. It's not, oh, I have this disease and I can just live. No, it's a lot of work. You have to take care of yourself. If you don't advocate for yourself, you have to have advocates for you. It's a lot. So be cautious of who you fall in love with. Like, I mean, myself, it is hard. You want to be out there, you want to be normal, but there's so many precautions and things that you want to look into, just so that myself being a sickle cell patient, having a sickle cell patient, a child with sickle cell anemia, that my world will be, woo!
So you're saying that the trait, if you get involved, if someone has a trait, they might not have the actual...
No. So if you have a trait and you get with someone that doesn't have the trait, you'll be fine. A trait and a trait, there's 1 out of 4 chance that you'll have a child with the disease. And the disease and a trait, most likely you're going to have a child with the disease. Someone with the disease and a disease, you're most likely guaranteed going to have someone with the disease. Guaranteed.
So I'd like you guys to be honest about this. If you did not know about this disorder or this disease, and if you didn't know that you have to be careful with who you're about to spend your lifetime with, right? This is one of the things that you have to consider. But if you didn't know, I'd love for you guys to comment down low and just let us know that this was helpful for you.
Or ask any questions. I would be happy to respond on some of the comments.
Nice. So what were because it's a crazy experience, right? What was some of the weirdest / awkward / devastating information that you've gotten from doctors?
That if I have a kid, that I'll die.
Wow.
So, Yeah. 25, you're getting into that age, like my friends around me are having kids. Like I'm a godmom now. And
Congratulations.
thank you. He's so cute. But eventually, like I know you're growing up, you're like, I'm never gonna have kids. Like at that point, like kids are like ill to you. You're growing up still. But when you reach that age where everybody is having families, you feel like you want to be family oriented, and you get that news that this is going to be difficult for you. Like either you're going to die or your child is going to die.
Wow.
And you have to make that decision on whether or not, like, I'm going to go through with this or not. And I know a couple of people who have pulled through, and I commend you, because I know that that process was probably really scary. But that's something that you have to really think about and decide on whether you're going to choose your life or your child's. So that's probably one of the scariest things that I've heard.
How does faith play a role in all of this?
A lot. There's a lot of like prayers here and there between me and God, you know, like, listen.
Like, what's up?
I know, like, I act like I'm a superhero and all, but I need you right now, bro. Yeah, so,
But it seems like he's been pulling through, definitely.
Yes. I've been told that I wasn't supposed to live past 18.
Wow.
I'm 25, so I lived. So hearing that from a doctor, you know, even a pediatrician, hearing that like, oh wow, your condition is so severe, or there's 3 stages. Let me just point that out. There's there's SC and SS. I have the worst case, which is SS. Hearing that from doctors that, oh, your condition is bad, you might not live past 18, all those things, that scares you. You're like, you have a time frame. You're like, I have to get everything done before this time. And I mean, in theory, I didn't live like that every day because I didn't think about the days that were going by. But then once I passed 18, it became like kind of like a myth. Oh, I could make this, or I could do this. You know what I'm saying? So you push forward. So you have to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith in the people that are around you. You have to have faith in God. You just, positive affirmations bring forth a whole lot of positive things in your life.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I feel bad because I've been complaining about seasonal allergies. Anyone with seasonal allergies, 2017 was a wild year. Like,
oh, it really was. It really was. And not even
right?
like allergies, like a whole bunch of stuff happened in 2017. I don't know. This year was crazy.
2016 was crazy. But I mean, but going on that train of thought, that I think the best combination is, you know, as I'm a Christian, right? I identify as Christian. I think when your faith in God matches your faith in self, that's when the utmost and the most miraculous things can happen.
It does.
Right? Because I think we downplay ourselves a lot of time. A lot of times people have faith in God but not faith in self, and so their faith in God is kind of
right.
It's kind of no effect. But
because for him to help you, you have to help yourself.
Yeah. It's like everyone who knows me knows that I speak about this.
Right.
Back in the day, hundreds of years ago, there was a person who said, yo, I want to look up into, I want to fly like the birds, right? I want this to happen. They were like, yo, why do we keep on sending these birds to send our messages and waiting like 5 days for like a man on a horseback to come back and tell us what the other emperor said or king said?
Right.
But guess what happened? Someone focused on that. They focused on the birds and they said, yo, I think we got a plan. We're going to risk our lives. We're going to dedicate time. We're going to fly. Now planes are here. Right. Someone said, yo, I don't like the time it takes to communicate. Cell phones exist. So I think what your living testimony is the perfect combination of when faith meets its potential. Like you defeated the odds. Yeah.
Like, I don't think people realize that, not just with sickle cell patients, but any chronic illness, how strong the individual has to be. And especially with sickle cell, because it's not a physical thing. You can't see it on me. You would look at me and think that I'm healthy, that I'm okay. Like, oh wow, she's just a strong Black woman. But deep down, the fight in you that you have to put in every day, a person without faith could not accomplish that. They just couldn't. Whether it's faith in self, whether if you believe in God or not, you have to believe in something for you to deal with sickle cell and make it this far. And I'm not even talking about me. Like, T-Boz is in, her 40s now? Yeah. She has to have faith in herself and faith in something to push that far. And she has a child.
That's true. That's true.
So it can be done.
So how have you seen, on that train of thought, sickle cell affect your success? Does it affect your success or your endeavors?
I never allowed it to. If you do sit down and let the disease control you, it would. It actually will control your life. And there's days where I would get sick and I would let it take me. I'd be like, oh, I'm sick. I can't do this. This hurts. Like, you will get pain in every joint in your body. Do you know how many joints are in your body? You get it in your face, your head, your neck, your back, your legs, your arms, your fingers, your toes. You get it everywhere that there is a limb and a joint. Anywhere, you will get this severe pain. And that people explain it in different ways. Or, oh, it feels like someone is stabbing me, or it feels like someone is doing this. It literally feels to me like a truck is running over you multiple times. That's how severe it is. And doctors have even said that sickle cell pain is more severe than labor pains. So all of you that actually had children and you know that pain, just think that we go through that times 3, times 5 in severe cases. Just to my success, I couldn't let sickle cell defeat me. I mean, I played volleyball in school. I try to be as I don't know about say all that. I mean, I tried. I did. I really did. But I tried to be normal. And it's not even the fact that normal is the best thing or whatever, but it's the thought that I know that I'm different, but I'm going to live beyond this. So I did. For my success and how far I've come, I've worked 3 jobs at one time and go to school. And people are looking at me like, you're crazy. While juggling sickle cell, I wasn't all happy during that whole time. Like, I didn't get sick. I did. But I didn't allow the sickness to be like, okay, I can't do this. I can only work part-time. I can only work minimal wage jobs and do this, and no.
So are you just a Titan by nature, or like, how do you get over the depression? There's people going through far less than you who, when hit with a certain issue, they just roll up into a little corner and just, some people, and on a serious note, some people get suicidal and whatnot. What is your motivation?
It's the support. It's people behind me, honestly. Yes, you have to be your own support system, but at the end of the day, it's your friends, your family, the people, friends who become family, the people behind you that are the real reason you want to keep going. You are strong enough to withstand whatever is happening right now. And I'm honestly grateful for those people that are in my life, because I would not be here without them. I would not. I really wouldn't. It's hard some days because some of them don't understand what you're going through. So it's good to have that circle of friends that actually have what you have. So I do have friends that have sickle cell anemia as well, and they go through the same things that I do. And it's good to have them around, because I couldn't shoot one of them a text and it's they respond and it's like, oh
They
yeah,
relate.
I went right, and it's you can be like, oh, I'm not the only one. I don't feel alone in this world, because you can say this to a normal person. If I tell you like, oh my gosh, I was rolling on the floor in pain, and you're like, oh, you could have took a Tylenol, like, and no.
I would have been like, well, I'm lactose intolerant. I'd be like, I do that sometimes too.
Right, and I'm like, no, it's
When I
not the
drink
same.
milk.
Like, I couldn't get up. I couldn't walk today. And they're like, what do you mean you couldn't walk today? You know, but there's people that
get it
understand you
completely.
and get it. And those are good support systems to have when you have a chronic illness like this. So, yeah.
Okay. So if you were to tell, someone who's going through depression or any struggle, whether it be not living up to their parents' expectation, like this is like sickle cell is your arching
Right.
what
My
do you call it?
nemesis.
For some people it may be the Joker, for others it may be what's another villain?
School.
School.
I know a lot of people who don't like school.
I don't like school. But yeah, so what would, before tomorrow starts a new day, what would you just give them as a couple of words of advice or some encouragement?
Don't give up. That's what it comes down to. I know a lot of people say this and it's so cliche. Like, oh, it is easier said than done. But if you even have like a little ounce of fight in you left, where you come to your lowest point, and this has happened to me, where you're at your lowest point, and if you can just pick one thing that you have left to think about, like, oh, I don't want to live anymore, but I thought about my mom, or I thought about my sisters, or I thought about this person. If you can think about that, then you have so much more to live for.
Yeah.
People who want to end it don't have anything else to think about, anything else to live for. So don't give up. Life is a roller coaster. It really, really, truly is, and it doesn't always get easier. There's always a lesson to learn, and I've been learning that myself. Just don't give up. Roll with the punches. You'll make it.
And keep the conversation alive. It's not afraid. It's not a bad. I think that especially in the Black community, growing up Caribbean,
Yeah.
we don't. If I mention I'm depressed, it's like, why? Don't be depressed.
Right. Like, what are you talking about?
What do you mean depressed?
What do you mean?
But
Depression. We don't know nothing about that.
I think the stronger you are in literally sitting down with parents and friends and be like, no, this is a legitimate issue. Like the thoughts of depression and suicide and rage, those are genuine. It's just that we don't talk about it. We think that it's not good to talk about.
Yeah. And people are afraid to talk about it. And this is all speaking on experience. And you're afraid to talk about that because then you feel ashamed that you actually were depressed at some point. But it's okay. It's okay as long as you come up out of it and you find a way out of it, whether it's help, whether you need to talk to someone, whether it's therapy, whatever it is, whether you need to call up your homegirl, your best friend, like whatever it is, never give up, because you don't realize how important you are in someone else's life until you're not there. And then you don't realize it because you're not here.
That's crazy because you were talking about finding that one thing. And I don't think a lot of people think about that they can be somebody else's one thing.
Right.
So.
Because you always feel like you need someone. Yeah. But sometimes that person needs you. And even I promise you, depression and chronic illness go hand in hand. And any type of loss or anything in that sense, depression goes hand in hand. And it's like he said, it's very serious. And you could come to a point where your illness and the depression are working together at the same time. And you feel like you can't come up from that. Even at that point where it seems like there's no other way, call someone, talk to someone. I love art. Find a medium. Like try to find what made you happy at one point and use that. And I promise you, the next day it won't even seem that bad. It won't. it won't. You'll be happy that you lived to see the sun come up.
Wow. Well, thank you again, Brittany, for
Yes.
coming through.
Thank you.
I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to this.
I hope so, and I hope people do ask questions and they do research on this more and they spread the word. Like, please share this video to all your friends, to everyone, your parents that don't know about it. Like, yeah, it's serious, please.
And so, just before we close, where can people get a glimpse of the brains behind the machine, behind the powerhouse,
Behind the superhero?
Yeah, behind the superhero.
You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Snapchat. I'm gonna, give him the name so he can post it somewhere here. You can follow me. I have crazy names, so it's long. So I'm not even gonna say it, but it is literally Miss BADN 1591. So follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. I'm welcome. Ask me questions. Also, become my friend. I can help you guys with something. You never know.
There we go. Thanks, you guys, for the support as always. Thank you again, Brittany.
Yeah.
By the way, The People Around Me, right? That's the name of the series. I'm a huge fan of car content. I'm a huge fan of, podcasts. So I want to start an initiative called Blast This Podcast or Blast Your Podcast. I don't know what it is. But rather than blasting, bad and bougie in the car, imagine people blasting this podcast in their car.
Right, and they're actually listening and learning.
What is sickle cell?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because you will be surprised how many people actually get that question, what is sickle cell? Yeah.
So anyway, take care, guys. Enjoy your week.
All right.
And we'll catch you next time.